Alright, fellas. Episode 2. We on this thing. Khalid here. We got Jeremy here. How you doing today, Jeremy?
Chilling. How
James, what about you?
I'm alright.
Lil Dezo.
I'm Big Dezo, but I'm Gravy.
I'm older than you, technically.
I'm Groovy. No, hell no.
Like, if you really want to put math together, I'm really older than you. So that's why I said.
Little ass up, man.
You got it. Cool. Hey, y'all, don't mind that. We just, So, what's gonna be the first topic for today's podcast? Y'all thinking?
Question: What is the real definition of a provider, as far as a man being a provider?
That's a good one.
Because I think it gets misconstrued or misinterpreted based on.
It does get misconstrued. I can agree with you on that. So for me, my opinion on that is I'm kind of old school with it. I feel like the man should be, the primary provider for the household. But I'm also proactive. No, I shouldn't say proactive. I should say I'm also open-minded to the woman helping out 50% if she okay with it.
Okay.
So if we're talking about percentages for me, in my opinion, I'm okay with a 70-30. At least if we can split it that way, that'll be fine.
So you think of being a man as a provider, which means covering majority of the stuff?
I would say yes, cover majority of the stuff.
So first thing
and when I say majority for me, because the reason why I'm saying that though, because of just my personal experience with it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's not a bunch for me to pay for it really. You know what I'm saying?
Right. It's
just rent, utilities, and shit. I mean, and groceries. That's about it. You know what I mean? If I can get some help out with the groceries and with one of the bills here and there, the internet or something like that, then I'm cool. Because at the end of the day, I was gonna be living on my own anyway, paying my rent, my utility bills and everything like that.
Right.
Yes, if a second person is there, using up the utilities, but we're there together, so we're both cognizant and aware of hey, we need to be watching this, watching that. So that's why I say I shouldn't even say 70-30 because when I think about it and all the bills, how it's split for my household, it's really 60-40 for me.
Okay, so first thing you think of is finance, as far as a provider.
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
All right.
I'm thinking about finance.
Hold down, because I'm coming back to it. James, what you think?
Come back to me.
Dezo. Come back to me. What do you think? What is a provider? Because when I break it down to you, I think it's deeper than just what you say, finances. I think there's a deeper meaning to it.
So he thinks finance. So what's your definition of provider?
I think being as a provider, I think it's more than just finance. I think being able to just make sure you're good emotionally, physically, spiritually. If it's just you two, sexually, all that stuff, all areas, not just finances. I think people always jump to finances because
that's one of the main problems.
Yeah, but I think it's more.
At the same time, the shit that you just said though does play a factor.
And peep this, and I agree with you. That is a factor.
It's so
but for for our generation where we're at, what we have the most issue with, in my opinion, is when it comes down to finances. Because what you see on the internet all the time is, oh, well, if Brokey don't send you this, then, just get you a new motherfucker. You know what I mean?
That's just some brainwashing.
Yeah, I also think
exactly. So that's why
internet and these girls rapping about stuff about being savages, they really just brainwashing. Cause I feel like even the girls is saying it. Of course they living that lifestyle and they talking shit lifestyle because they got money out here, the artists and shit.
Yeah.
But at the same time, they know at the same time they want a nigga to be right there with them and shit.
Yeah. What you think, James?
Just like what you said, how these artists is rapping and singing about that shit. Everybody seems to forget that they rapping and singing about this shit while they got a nigga at home already. They pushing that shit to your dumb ass who's out there in the club single. Go stay single because you listen to that dumb shit.
Talk to them.
While they at home. Beyonce made a whole ass song, Irreplaceable, while she was married to Jay-Z. Now, we didn't know the nigga was cheating at the time, but that don't fucking matter. If you like it, then you should have put a ring on it. She already had it.
That is true.
Goddamn, Cardi B and Nicki Minaj talk about playing niggas all the time while they have fucking husbands at home.
Do have husbands at home and getting played by the husbands too, and then shit, they jumping out there in the streets too.
That's that Hollywood play bullshit.
Yeah, so it's like,
But
the way for me, like everything is moving towards finances when it comes down to that question. For me personally, just because of what I see and what I go through on my daily basis. So even in my job, like it trickles over into my job. Like I hear like, you know, middle-aged, like grown-ass men think about, I'm the provider. And when I'm hearing them say they the provider, oh yeah, I pay the car notes, I pay this, I pay that. I'm like, okay.
It's also them trying to be in control.
Yeah, or is it also like upbringing? Because you know, like some people come from like the old school mindset where what they was taught is the man pays for everything.
fuck that.
Yeah, so that's
why I said I do have an old school mind, but at the same time, like for me, like I'm cool with, of course, a little help. You know what I mean? Because I've always been like I've always had to take care of just myself. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like I've never like this. For me, like I'm trying to find a way to explain this a little better. Come back to me. I'm thinking.
Like I don't know. I think there's as far as a role. I think it's not just a role for a man. I think women has role as providers also, and not just a man sitting there like you say finances shit like that. I think women have role as providers also, as far as make sure the same shit that we do, check on y'all, hey, y'all good. Because think about it, we have to play a bunch of fucking hats. But when they need something, who are they asking for? Hey, I'm like couple dollars short. Can you mind sending me a couple dollars? Or when they need something, who's there? You're there. Yeah. So basically, okay, we do this. Okay, so when do you come into play as far as doing something for us? Or just making sure I'm straight, like, hey, like, no, I haven't.
And at the end of the day, you don't want to feel like, okay, So here's something that I did read online. There was a girl, and she was kind of like making fun of the dude because he was asking for, you know, just some, basically a little bit of affection. Like, hey, like, tell me, you know, I look good when I'm getting ready to go out somewhere, some type of shit. You know what I mean? Because as men, we do always, you know, sit there in our heads thinking like, well, maybe, you know, I'm not really that important because I'm not being told that. You know what I mean?
Right.
And at the same time, like women have to look at it on the flip side. Maybe I'm not being as vocal as I should be, even though I'm asking for my man to be vocal and let me know. Like I've seen it happen, bro. Like I've seen couples get into arguments like in front of me at work. When this type of subject comes up, that's why it's funny to me. That's why I'm smiling so hard right now. Is because that's a real thing, bro. Like sometimes in a relationship, like women will really think like I don't have to tell you look good. You know you look good, type shit. And nah, it doesn't work like that. Especially if I'm going through some shit, you know, here and there, or if we're going through, you know, something at work, just life in general.
Just make sure I'm straight. Like you know,
all four of us are black men in America, bro. Like that's another thing that we really do have to take into account. I know that's something that everybody talk about all the time, but shit, the thing that threw me off too. But yeah, man, just
I just feel like the narrative about like far as like the black man, but like I feel like we deserve to get the same affection and stuff. Like for women to sit there like, hey, like how's your week going? Just like, or how's your day? Just a simple like little shit can make a difference. Like we not asking for a lot. Cause majority guys don't ask for much in the first place. But like just little shit like that makes a difference. Like, hey, like listen, like what time do you normally get off work?
Oh, I'm a difference to. Hold on, go ahead, James.
That little stuff has to be genuine.
Yes.
I
was thinking that exact same thing.
I agree.
Because sometimes it's just a fill in the blank.
Shit.
And so that's the problem that I have.
It's a conversation starter. How was your week? Well, this, that, and the third happened. Well, this happened to me. Didn't you just ask me about me? How the fuck did a conversation where I was supposed to be talking to you about what's going on with me turn into me listening to you talk about whatever the fuck is wrong with you right now?
Yeah. Because you really can't sit there and ask somebody how was their day and not listen to what they're actually saying or, you know, understand.
If you have an ulterior motive. Half the time those conversations have ulterior motives.
Yeah, I get you.
Because almost, you can think back, even conversations with your mom, sisters, cousins, whoever, almost every woman at some point in their lives has asked, how was your day? This, that, and the third. How do you feel about this, that, and the third? And it wasn't really to get your input.
Yeah.
Granted, there are some of them who genuinely want your input.
Yeah.
But
So-
the rest of them, it's a conversation starter so you can start talking about them. Case in point, you can go and find any romantic kind of movie. If the man's the villain in it, you will always see her, how was your day? Asking the man's dogging her out. Now put that on the other foot. Man asks his girl, how's your day? This, that, and the third. He starts expressing anything. And this is in real life and in movies. The second a man expresses any emotion, he's already made himself, unfortunately, you put yourself in a weaker and vulnerable state.
Yep.
Not only because you're sharing, but in essence, you just loaded the gun, cocked that bitch back, put it to your head, and put a finger on the fucking trigger like you're waiting for it to pull. Because half the time, anytime you share anything, as a man, that shit's automatically a weapon that can be used against you.
So,
no matter who you share.
And the reason why is because we're supposed to be so strong, so this, so that, and not have any type of insecurities or be able to just get over things just like that. You know what I mean?
Right.
Which, granted, we do expect that out of our women sometimes. We all do. Like, hey, like I told you what was going on. This is the truth. Like, rock with me. This is it. That's what we tell women.
Right.
When we try to plead our case and explain to them what the situation is. But that's not always reciprocated. Like, we can't have that same type of conversation because if something happens, like in a man's position, if something happens left on the woman's side and he doesn't like it and he says something about it, it's insecure that I'm saying something about it. But if the woman is saying something about something that's going on, it's, oh, you just don't care. Oh, then you must not be, really about me.
Right.
No, I'm trying to get through this the same way I got through it when, of course, you did something. You know what I mean?
Right.
And unfortunately, this is where I have to play devil's advocate. Unfortunately, that's men's fault too.
Yep.
Even though we feel like they're just saying, oh, you do it too. Yeah, we do it too, but it's not all of us. You demonize the entire half of the species because a few fuckboys come through, play with your emotions, don't give a good goddamn what's actually going on with you. They just asking that shit because it's part of a plan, part of the process.
I think we have one prison.
That's
so stupid.
He does all this shit, but he knows damn goddamn well.
He know damn well he wanted to do this, bro.
That part of his life is past because every
Yeah,
dude goes through that. Just like all women go through a phase where they just want to play a nigga and get the most they can out of the nigga.
Man, I am not gonna lie to you. Like, for me, when I think of the word provider, I think of like my parents. Like my parents, like my dad, literally he'll ask like not even like finances. Like as a parent,
Yeah.
he literally will call me at least once a week.
I didn't have that at all. It was nothing.
Like, hey, like, what you doing? Like, it'd be random. Like, at first, I didn't really understand. I didn't really appreciate it now until I'm older. So, like, now he calls, like, he's been doing it, like, for years. Like, he'd be like, hey, what you doing? I'm like, nigga, nothing. Like, nigga, nothing. He just talks to me. Like, he just called, he be like, how's your week? Like, he asked me, like, am I good? Like, if I'm good.
My dad calls me like on a once a month thing. Like, he'll just dial in or he'll go, ghost for like a couple months. Like,
Yeah.
it wasn't until like I got like, I want to say in my mid-20s. I'm about to be 27 this year.
Nigga, we are in our mid.
Yeah, we are now.
It wasn't until I got in like my early, like when I just turned 21, 22. Right when I started working at BMW, that was when my dad started like reaching out to me a little bit more.
Yeah.
Because I was, more active like with social media at that point. I was becoming a man, out here on my own. So it was like, all right, I want to try and touch back in with my son, and invited me to Trinidad and all that shit like that. But if you don't have like that figure in the house, like as a man, like growing up, you won't even know like how to communicate with a woman if you don't have that in the household. You know what I mean?
I never like stayed with my dad, but like even like my mom does the same thing. Like my mom can talk, like I talk to, like, it's an open dialogue like all day. Like I can talk about like school, work, sex. Yeah, like I leave nothing off the table when I talk to my mom. Like it's open. Like she asks me, she like, hey, like now that like I moved out, like she calls me like, hey, like you good? Like what's been up with you? Like it's like an open conversation like all the time. Like so to me, as far as like a provider, I think of my parents. Like they may not have like been together or like I've seen them like been in the household. Like but all I know, like my mom, As far as like, she gonna hustle to figure out, and she gonna make sure I'm good in each area, like the areas that like I said, as far as like emotionally, physically, spiritually. Like, am I good? Like if she senses that she can't do too much, then she goes to my dad, and then he go, all right, let me try. And then so like it's just like the check in. So for me as a provider, like I see that as an example as far as that. But like I've had an issue like as far as like relationships. I feel like some people come from like a background where what they seen is like, oh well, my grandpa did everything, make sure everybody was taken care of. Mm-hmm. It's just like the history of it. It's like, so that's all they know. As far as like, man supposed to do this and that and that. I'm like, but it's deeper than that, because of the fact like they're calling, having a conversation with you, like to see if you good. Like it's deeper than that. Like I could be doing that, but like, am I really calling to see like, if, just like you said, like your dad call you like once a month.
Yeah.
But like, do you wish he would call you more?
Yeah, I definitely do. Like,
So,
I definitely wish I could, like, talk to my dad, like, on the day. Like, how you said you have open house, like, with your mom. Like, I really wish I did have that with my pops. I really did.
so do you think it'll make a difference?
I definitely feel like it'll make a difference, like, for me, like, mentally, for sure.
See?
Because for me, like, how I feel about it is, like, I just feel like I was left out, you know?
Yeah.
To the wolves type shit. Like, I had my mom raising me, teaching me, you know, how to be a man. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but she gonna do so much.
And exactly. So
yeah.
that's why, as a provider, that's why the word provider, that's why that rings to me, the finances, so much. Because me growing up, like, for me to help out with my mom and all four of my siblings, like, I'm the oldest of four, so I needed to make money. Like, that's what a provider is to me, somebody who's making money to help out with the stuff at the house. Mm-hmm. Yes, it is deeper for the emotional stuff, like I was saying earlier. But that's just the reason why that rings to me immediately, just because of like how I was raised and like the, you know, experience I had to go through.
I can relate, because it's like my mom had literally worked like 2 jobs since I was like in middle school. So like for like sporting events, she ain't going. Like,
yeah, my mom couldn't make it.
Like my dad is there for like
no
everything. Like you seen, like my dad is there for like everything.
I played AAU for free. And that was off the muscle of the coach saying, you look like you really gonna be something one day if you really can actually stick to basketball and, you know, come to the games and get to the practices and everything like that and actually, you know, follow basketball, you can be something. Yeah. But I never had that financial support or that physical support. Like, hey, I'm here to watch your game. Like, my mom never made it to one of my high school basketball games. Like, she made it to senior night. And mind you, senior night, it was 16 players on the Caney team. 16 players, 14 jerseys. And I was one of the 2 that didn't have a jersey on there. So it wasn't until, I think it was, you remember Tim? Tim had got hurt. Yeah. That is when Tim couldn't wear his number. I got a jersey that night for senior night, because Tim was pretty much off the team for that little accident he had. Yeah.
I don't know, like, I always see it like from different angles. So like, I always like when people who have the conversations when it come like as a provider, like I think my mom like it's like a hustler. I think my mom has the hustler mindset. So
for sure,
I have the hustler mindset easily. So like for me, like even in like relationships, I had issues where people would be like, "Well, you shouldn't work. You shouldn't feel like you have to work 2 or 3 jobs." I'm like, shit, I say I'm gonna do it
for real. Like
so, like
that's all I know.
Now, and if I can have a job where I can like, or a career where I can like sit there and just work one job, and you know, when I have kids or something like that, I don't want to work multiple jobs when I have kids, but right now it's just me. Yeah. So I gotta go get it by any means. So if I gotta work 2 or 3 jobs, cool. Even as a parent, when I do eventually have kids. If I have to work a second job at the moment, I'm gonna do that shit. But that's why you gotta go hard before you have kids.
Yeah, so you can build up and not have to work 3 jobs when you do have kids. So I agree with you there. What y'all boys think?
That we need to stop talking about money. Y'all talking about the provider and all I've heard is finance this, and
because that's like
this and the hustle for that. But the provider is not just what you can bring financially to the table. You have to make sure that everybody in the household feels safe. That they can walk into a household and never have to worry about some random motherfucker just walking in, putting a gun in everybody's head and taking it all out. You have to make sure that it's emotionally safe and you're fostering a good enough environment where everybody in the house feels like, one, they can be heard, two, they won't be crucified for being their authentic individualistic self, and three, that you instill enough discipline, respect, and actual value into your individuals. Because y'all are talking about finances and children.
Right.
One thing you need to understand, it's plenty of people out here that ain't got it. They got kids, but they ain't got the money like that. But you know what? They bust their ass. They do the best they can for those kids. And unfortunately, those children in the immediate circumstance, like you don't get to reap the benefit of having that constant connection of being made to feel emotionally safe in your household.
Yeah.
You didn't have the benefit of having somebody else carry the burden of needing to pay for this bill or pay for that or worrying about that. You didn't have the luxury of being what age you were at whatever age you were.
No emotional support. That's what I was saying.
But here's where that's going to help you. It seems like a detriment in the beginning, and that's because it is. But where that helps you is, I guarantee you, your children will never feel that way. And you know why they'll never feel that way? Because you went through it.
I had a chip on my shoulder about it too.
You will do whatever the hell it takes to make sure they never go through that.
Sure.
Like I was saying earlier, like when my mom couldn't come to my games, like that's what I was. So I should have like put this out there in more depth, but that was my way of touching into the emotional support of it, and having my dad be able to talk to me, and have my mom be able to come to my games like as a kid. You know what I mean? Like that's something that I just didn't have. So that's what I know for a fact. Touching base on what y'all was saying for what a provider is. That's a part of it too, being there.
That's all what you got.
Y'all all have good key points for providers. Like just from my personal experience is that the father figure in my life, he showed everything besides, talking. You know what I'm saying? Actually having a talk. Letting me know how to be a man. All I had to kind of do was just watch him, watch how he carried himself, watch how he did certain things, for the household.
Yeah.
But I always felt like, safe with my household. I always felt like I could come to my mom for everything and anything because she was the main one communicating with me. But just me growing up, it also, like, I can pretty much say, bro, my people did their thing. Just regret the father figure in my life for not being more vocal. Because that does play a key part into like what like your people show you coming up. Now, as far as my personal experience, like with relationships and everything, they've been perfectly fine. Like the girls, they not worried about finances. They gonna help me out. Anyway, they gonna help me out if I need the help. Like I've had some good relationships where like me and the girl on the same page. Like it's 50-50, like for sure. And that's how I know in near future, like I'm really gonna be straight. It's just if I want to stop hoeing, being for the streets out here.
Oh my God.
But for us providing, bro, I really don't have too much problems. I mean, like finance, that's my biggest thing. But I really can't control finances. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You only can control it to a certain extent. You really gotta get yourself out of it. But as far as like being there for emotionally, feelings and physical and all that, I have no problem with that, to be honest.
Yeah.
So like the way y'all touch on certain stuff is it's my first time really hearing it from y'all take, but that's my take on it.
James, you said you wasn't finished, so you
Absolutely not.
go ahead, finish up so we can move on to that next topic.
You don't have enough time in the day.
Shit, well, it looks like we're gonna move on to the next topic. Y'all say that for the next episode. Oh, there we go. I love it. Come on.
But
We listening?
now that we've gotten over that, this whole conversation has been about the definition of a provider.
Right.
And what that's I don't know if that was the definition of what it's supposed to be a provider as a man or a provider, period.
It sounded like it was supposed to be provider, period. That's what we sounded like.
That's what it sounded like to me. And unfortunately, we can't give as great an insight.
So we need
We need more experience in it.
No.
We need the other side opinion.
I'm asking like, what
You
do you think?
absolutely need the other side's opinion.
I need the other
Yeah.
side opinion here.
Yeah.
But
That's why I can't really go into too many details with it.
the thing about the other side's opinion is that is a very, very small group of who will actually grasp